father told me when I was young, don't play with fire, be careful, son. But we were flames and fell in love. We burned the cities down.
Hey guys, welcome to my CMD basics video, and what I'm going to do is show you a couple of neat little commands that you can do in a command prompt that you may not have known about, and then, talk a little bit into what you could do with it, and as the videos progress, we'll get more into depth, and so on and so forth. What we're going to do first is we're going to go into search bar, type CMD or command prompt, open it. And what this pretty much is the DOS. And what that means is you would have to type exactly where you want it to go. Because Windows is just a GUI or a graphical user interface, GUI. And what that means is it's user-friendly, allowing you to do anything and everything that you want it to do visibly and easily. You used to have to manually type your way to, right now, like I'm on the desktop. But as you can see, this path is not leading me to the desktop. So what I would have to do is from this folder, I would have to type cd desktop, and then I'm on the desktop. And say if I want to open this PNG image, I would have to type cyberpunk1.png. I forgot to put in quotes. Haha, silly me, I'm a professional. And once I do that, it will then open the image, and that's pretty much how you had to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and type CLS for clear screen, and then I'm going to do cd ... to back out of my desktop into the C users ExecGaming drive. So, and I'll go ahead and show you where I'm at using this. So we're at the C drive, users ExecGaming. So this is where we are currently at in the command prompt. So, little thing I'm going to show you is the color scheme. You just type color, and then you would type two inputs together. And I'll show you like 0A. And what this is going to do is the first input here is going to change the background color of your command prompt. And your second input is going to change the color of your foreground. And that is your text. So if I go ahead and press enter, you can see the background didn't change because 0 is black and then A is green. A lot of people like this because it's like a matrix hacky type color scheme. It's a nice color scheme. You could also, at the top here, if you right-click and go in the properties, if you don't know what you're doing, I don't recommend that you touch any of these settings or, unless you know what you're doing. But you can change the font size, you can change the font, you can change the layout, colors, and the terminal. Just little things that you can do to kind of design it a little bit. But what we're going to do is say I want to go to the my E drive and go into my customers folder. And I want to go into this folder only because this folder was created for when I continue installing or fixing someone's computer. I can create a folder for them, create a text document, and type information of what was wrong with the machine and what I did to resolve it. So what I'm going to have to do is to change directories, you're going to type cd space and then /d. /d allows it to change drives and directories, really, depending if you're going into the C drive still. Even if you're in the same like C drive, you shouldn't need a /d. You should be able to just do cd. Like if I do directory to, if I type directory to see what's all here, I should be able just to type cd pictures, and we're in pictures. But if you want to change drives and directory, you would do cd/d. And then we're going to do our E drive : and the name of the folder, which is customers. As you can see, we are now in the E drive in the customers folder, so here we are. And if I wanted to list the text document in the GIF files, I would do what I did last time and type directory. And here it's going to show me all available directories, aka folders. The text documents, the GIF files, their size, what time they were created, and the date of when they were created. And it tells you in total that there's 4 files total and then 2 directories. 2 directories being the ... but not going to worry about that. Now say I wanted to create a folder without having to right-click, new, and going into that. Well, this command, mkdir, stands for make directory. And say I want to name this folder random stuff. But you're going to notice it created 2 folders using random and stuff. That's because essentially what this space right here is like think of it as a comma almost, just invisible. So what it's going to do is going to make directories or folders with the name random and stuff, because we didn't surround it by quotes specifying that it is one folder. So we're going to type rmdir, which is remove directory. We're just going to type random stuff again, and just like that. That's how you make multiple directories and remove multiple directories, is you just the name of what they are. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. But making a directory not surrounded by quotes will create multiple folders with whatever you have here. So like how it created 2 folders with random and stuff, it works the same way with removing a directory. No quotes, it looks for the folder random, looks for the folder stuff, and it deletes them. So to make one folder with a space in the name, you have to surround it by quotes, press enter, and then it creates that folder of random stuff. Okay. So now, say I had a bunch of folders in here, right? We're just gonna make a couple. Okay. So now, when I type directory, or dir, you're gonna see that it comes up with more directories, more folders, and the same text documents. What I'm going to show you is where the attributes come into play. And that is done by typing cd/A:, and then whatever attribute you would like to for it to display. And I'll leave a link of all of them below, and you can kind of read into it and sort of mess with it yourself. But in this case, I'm going to do D. And what this is going to do is list only where it should have been. Hold on. Oh, I forgot. My apologies. Let me clear screen. I don't know why I put a slash. It's dir/A and then :D. There we go. Sorry about that. My brain just slipped. Alright. So now you can see that it's only displaying. So what this is doing is you're running the directory command. You're specifying the attributes, and then with D, you only want it showing directories. So that's exactly what it did, is it's only showing these 7 folders, 7 directories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5. I'm counting the 2 dots. Haha. It's showing the 5 folders that I can go into, of which I just created. And then I'm going ahead just to quickly remove them because I don't have a reason for them to be there. And then boom, just like that, 5 folders deleted, all with 1 command. I don't think I have anything really sort of basic to show in this video, but I do want to show what you can do with command prompts. You can make this thing in a notepad, and this is just how it started. This is the actual program right here that I made, but at echo off, it turns off the echoing, so you don't see the path in the command over and over. And then here's the CD drive, so it's going to my E drive customers, and it's showing the directory. And then pause is press any button to continue. But what I want to show you what it does is, like I explained before, I have this folder for when I install or fix computers, and I put the customer's name, what was wrong with it, what we did, yada yada yada. So instead of going to this E drive every time and creating a folder, creating a text document, I created this batch file, which when I double click it, it's going to ask, or it's not going to ask, it's just going to tell you that it should be located in the E drive customers, and here's the path that it's currently in. And then I even have it say, the directory should be in the E drive in the folder customers. Is this correct? Yes or no. And if it's no, well, I have it say, that's a problem. I made it. Fix it. Whatever. Press any key, and it closes. But in this case, it is correct, so we're going to say yes. And it's going to say, wonderful, go ahead and press any key, start getting the work, and then I have weird, fancy little text art, because why not? All right, and then we get to the portion where it's asking if this is a new customer. You know, yes to make a new folder, no to pick a folder on the drive. We can't exactly say no, pick a folder, because there is not one in here. So we're going to say yes, enter, and then would you like to create a name for the folder and go into it, or just create a folder? Well, I want to do both. I want to create it and go into it. All right, so then we're gonna have to enter the name of the folder, and once this is done, it will go into the folder, display the path to show that it worked. So I'm gonna name it, let's say John. Okay, so as you can see in the File Explorer section, it created the folder John, and then here in the CMD, it created that folder and went into it. Now it's asking if I want to create a text document. Well, of course, I have notes I gotta type up. All right, so what would you like to name that text file? Okay, let's, John's computer. Okay, now you're gonna notice nothing is happening, and that is because it is pretty much sitting here like this with the name John's computer notepad. This is where it's sitting at right now. So if I type OS Win 10, press enter, it is going to generate a text file, but we are still in the quote-unquote editing mode. So pretty much we are sitting in this command prompt like this. This is what is going on in the command prompt right now. So I can go back into it and continue, like John had maybe 128 gigabytes of RAM. I don't know what else to put. He had a 2 terabyte SSD or whatever. And then maybe he had a rat installed on system, removed it by doing a fresh install, and, once that was on done, we installed malware bytes to his computer. Okay, so now, I'll just quickly, type a little bit here to show the notepad. What's here is technically here. But because this isn't, John's computer notepad, it's not, if that makes any sense. Because this is a brand new notepad that I opened, that I started typing and editing, and it's not saved yet. So once we are done with typing our notes, we would do Control-Z, which is going to exit out of editing mode and save that text document. We can press enter. And then I don't know why it broke again. I have a weird problem with that. So we're going to go ahead and pick a folder, and we're going to call it John. I'm gonna do new. I may have to fix my own coding, which is probably why it's doing this. But if we, again, John, we're just gonna OS Win 25 RAM. That's a lot of gigs. Rat installed, fresh installed malware bytes, whatever. Control-Z, we're done. We press enter. It should close like that. I don't know why it's going back to the main menu. I have to look through my batch file, but if we look into John's computer, it has exactly what we typed. OS Win 10, RAM of 128 gigs, 2 terabyte SSD, what was wrong with it, and how we fixed it. And then sort of same with this. I mean, he's on Windows 25 with, yeah. But yeah, how this is done is using variables, and variables are these guys right here. And I'll get more in depth into this with my next video if you guys really want. But I believe this is where I'm going to end this one. If this video was helpful in any way, please let me know in the comments what can be done to improve it, or what was helpful, what you learned, what you would like to learn. As well as join the Discord group. I'm always looking for suggestions. I'm always looking for, something to record. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If this video was helpful for you guys, please leave a comment, saying so. Please leave a like, subscribe if you haven't to the channel already. Pop a suggestion in the comment or the Discord server, and I will see you guys in the next video.
In this life we will always be falling free. In this life we will always be falling free. just me, way up high, falling free. We will always remember.